Good evening, everyone. It is March 27th, 2023. It's just our 2 hour chart of the weekly outlook. Now you can see above this kind of 39.65 to 80-ish area. I was looking for us to trade 40.45. So far, we have once again run into our same buddy up in the 30s. He had distributed some of his position up here before FOMC. We had the nice selling after a weekly point of control shift. He showed up back again at that distributive point of control on a Thursday, and once again the feller has showed up at where our trailing weekly point of control was at 31-ish. He showed up there. Notably, and you can really see this during last night's Globex and this morning, this 26 level, if we just pay attention to this, maybe throw in a 5-minute chart, and there we go, get rid of these for a second. This was our first standard deviation of last week's VWAP close. So if you take last week's VWAP close, which is right around what is that, 39.98. If you take the first standard deviation of that, so just where 68% of the trading took place, or 34% to the upside, if you take that, you get 40.26, and you can see that ended up being a really important number today. That's also where we happened to open the RTH session and was kind of key to me. So I thought after we failed to break downwards, after we failed to get into the gap, after that huge gap up, after we failed to get into the gap, I thought we would blow that seller out and we could start making our way up to 40.50. However, instead he held us down once here and then once again more into the close. So someone is trying to sit on this thing, and I believe that they will be getting blown out over time. So let's bring back our other numbers here. What we had to the downside was just a gap filled with a ton of bids. Let's turn on the RTH here. So you can see there's our high of the day from Friday, and also the weekly close right around that 02 half. And you can see just this entire move down was just filled with bids, until we finally closed the gap over here. To me, this was indicative of a market that's just really trapped from Friday. Friday we had this huge rally, right? We put in a low of the day somewhere around 37-ish, and then we got this really big trend up. We closed Friday above close to the second standard deviation of that intraday VWAP, and then during Globex on Sunday night, we had this bid showing up, and you can see when we tried to get lower, we just bid right back up. And that's what was indicative to me. The volume was incredibly thin today. I think you could even see a few times where the market just skipped overall. You can see right here, the market just straight up skipped from this 958 to 59 candle. It just skipped a tick, which is unusual during the RTH, let alone during the first 30 minutes of the session. And there were a couple other moments where it did that. So the market was just very thin. And for me, it was just because with this massive rally into the close, just individuals caught offside. Opening today, getting that open at the first standard deviation of weekly VWAP. So individuals just clogged up here. So what do I want to see tomorrow? Well, what I was hoping for today was that we would test sort of this, this 80s area, see what sort of demand we had in there, and then come back above and close above 4,000. Instead, we couldn't even tag this overnight low at 97s. 97s have been an important number for a while here. It's not too hard to see that. I think even, there you go. You can really see it during that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday session, that 97 area. So we found some demand there. Now, we are building supply. The longer that we trade here, the more supply that's being built. So what I would like to see tomorrow is either a quick move down below today's low of the day around 4,000, coming back above. This is now settlement highs, or 03 half. That Friday high of the day is now settlement highs. So individuals are getting even more squeezed, as anyone who bought on margin during Friday's session is getting squeezed above 4,000-ish. So I want to see a tag of this low of the day from today's RTH session. Take 03s long. Now, if we gap down, we had a huge amount of negative delta at the close. I'm just going to delete this note. But we had a huge amount of negative delta at the close, yet we were unable to make new lows on the session. So people are really offside here. So if we do have a gap down, I'll be short at 10 quarter. That is where we closed at on the 4 p.m. That's where we have the point of control. So that's an area of interest for me. That is also just a zone of interest for me. This 4,000 to 4,010 area, 0675, 093 quarter, just this general area. So I'll be looking to get short there. If we gap up, usually I would be waiting for us to trade the close to get long, but this balance zone is clearly very important. So if we gap up, I will be looking to take 26 long for a move up towards this kind of 47 to 55-ish area, and that's where I'll be looking to flip on the short side from 50s up to about 80. That's about the number I'm interested in. Further to the downside, I am interested in taking 75s long, that prior week's point of control, and 67s. Once again, if we get below there, I'm not too interested in playing this. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some short cover bids around this 50 to 45 area, 50 to 40 area. Wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of short cover bids in here, but for the most part, I want to just be long at 75s and 67s. So that's all I really have for you guys today. Overall, I'm still in favor of us trading these higher prices. Overall, I'm not too bearish, and if anything, I'm still long biased as long as we're trading above this 39.67 to 75 area. That is that same area I have marked off over here in gray, I believe. Yeah, 67 to 81-ish. So overall, as we're trading there, I will be looking for us to get into these higher numbers, possibly even 4128.75. However, I'd like for us to get a move on this relatively quickly. Tomorrow we do have news, 10 o'clock, CB Consumer Confidence, and that is all for tomorrow. So hope that makes sense. Just want to get long 67, 75s, 03s after a run of today's low of the day. If we gap down, short 10 quarter. If we gap up, long 26s, then short 50s, 60s, and these mid 70 to low 80s area. Hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. Any changes to this will be made pre-market per usual. I don't think we'll have too many changes to it, but we'll see. Have a great night and a safe Globex if you're trading it.